Let's mourn. Let's mourn New York football, man. You know,
Facts. And the mighty words of DMX.
this
Let
is
us pray.
let us pray. This is a stage of bereavement for Drunk Sports Talk,
Word
so to
up.
speak, right?
Word up.
We'll start with the Giants, man, because I got the blue on. You know, he got the blue on. You know, majority rules. We'll get to the Jets after this. Listen, Giants are not going to make the playoffs. I know Ed said before, and he's just reiterating what they're saying in the papers and on all the talk shows.
Yeah.
You know, mathematically, are they still in it? I guess barely by a thread, but let's just be honest, they're not going to make the playoffs. A lot of people are upset because a lot of people felt, you know, why win those couple of games in the middle of the season when we could, you know, I'm not. At first, I was one of those people that said, "Damn, we're winning these games, but you know, we're sacrificing draft position." But then I was like, you know what? I think Daboll kind of needed to calm down everybody, kind of get the ship under control. You know what I mean? Let me grab the wheel and let me straighten this whole thing out. So I don't think it's bad. I do think we can. I still think we'll have decent draft position. But like one of the things I want to talk about before I pass it off to you is there's a lot of shit we need to address this offseason. Shit that I kind of thought we addressed last offseason, but it's like rearing its ugly head again. Pause, man. One of the things is we're gonna have to address one of the even though we had a pretty good defense, and shout out to Wink, and I think the defense is emerging. You know, they started off kind of slow and they picked it up, and then they had their little lows, but overall I think the defense is going to be really good. The corner spot, one of the corner spots, right? Deontay Banks, phenomenal rookie, love him, one of my favorite players on the team. But I think Adoree, you know, there's rumors that Adoree Jackson might not be back. I really like Adoree, so he possibly.
I say bye.
Yeah. So bye. Possibly, I was getting ready. Wait. I was getting, you know, we're gonna have to probably address that corner spot, which is a crucial spot, especially in a league of, you know, a lot of playmaking receivers.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor's gonna be gone, right? We're gonna have to address the backup spot. We don't know what DeVito's gonna be at. Jury's still out on him. He kind of came back down to earth a little bit this week. We'll talk about that in a minute. Obviously,
Barkley's future.
Barkley's, Saquon's future. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the O line. You know, I was looking up. I was on Pro Football Focus. You know, I got the light package. I'm gonna start paying for the advanced stats or whatever. But the offensive line, I believe. I want to see. I have it up here. The offensive line is ranked
31st, right? It wasn't the 31st.
I think it's 32nd.
That's the receiver. The offensive line is like middle of the pack. What do you have? You have it at 31st?
No, last time I read last time I read it, but this was a couple of days ago. You know, it always changes.
But listen, offensive line is not an easy position to fill in the NFL. And if we go for, let's say we go for an offensive lineman again if we draft a quarterback, right? Because I feel we're gonna have to draft a quarterback. I think everyone is kind of off the Daniel Jones train. I think DeVito's a nice story. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think he's a starting quarterback. I think he's maybe a QB3 at best. And I hate to say that because I like the kid and I like the whole Jersey juice and all that shit's fun and everything. But when we just talking talent-wise, I think he's like a QB3 in my opinion. But let's say we go for offensive tackle. Guys, have you guys realized we've drafted our offensive linemen the last 3 years in a row, right? Andrew Thomas, he got hurt this year, but he's balling. Evan Neal's been a disappointment so far. Joe Alt. I mean, if it was that easy to build the offensive line, you don't think we would have had one already?
Sure.
Another thing is, before I hand it off to you guys, I think definitely at the playmaker spot, the receiver spot, we definitely have to address that.
We need a big boy.
Wide receiving core is 31st in the league, man. Think about 31st. This. A lot of casual football fans, casuals, not hardcores like this, casuals probably wouldn't be able to name any receivers on the New York Giants. Let's just be honest, man. And that's bad considering the team is in one of the biggest markets in the NFL, right? Yes. I love Jalen Hyatt. He worked very well with Tommy Cutlets. Him and Daniel Jones really couldn't get on the same page. But Wanda Robinson, Darius Slayton, Isaiah Hodges, Sterling Shepard. No disrespect, but these guys are like we have a bunch of three and four receiver guys, man. No primary targets. Nobody can create separation. Nobody who get real big yards after catch. Except for Jalen Hyatt, I think he could be that.
Yes.
And Paris Campbell.
They haven't used him at No,
haven't really used him. Hasn't made a big impact. Darren Wall, we all thought he was gonna make a big impact.
he came
got
back this
hurt.
weekend. He came back this weekend.
He came back this weekend, but I'm talking about just overall the season. Had a couple of good games.
Yeah,
hurt. Didn't really make a huge impact. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true that.
And before I hand it off to you guys, I want to come back and I want to talk about the quarterback position. But what do you guys think we need to address this offseason? And Ed, I'll start with you.
Oh man, well, it has to start with the top. It has to, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put the coaches on the hot seat right now. I mean, it's year 2 in Daboll, but you got to start there. Now, I don't want to put all the blame on there. You just said offensive line, but how many times we're gonna address the offensive line?
Yeah.
What we gonna do there? We need a big boy wide receiver. We need an all-star, superstar wide receiver, a guy that's gonna. We need like a Odell Beckham. We need like a Justin Jefferson.
Higgins, man. I want T.
Higgins. You know what? And that's one to monitor, because I'm looking at it like this. Now that you bring up the Bengals, let's put this out there. Say if T. Higgins does sign back with the Bengals, what do y'all think about?
I don't think he is, but go ahead. I don't think they have the money to pay him, but go ahead.
All right, so you think they're might stay with Tyler Boyd instead of Higgins? All right,
I don't know, but I don't think they have the. If I'm not mistaken, unless he gives them like a super hometown discount, I'm not sure they have the money that they just gave Joe Burrow a whole bunch of money. They just gave Jamar Chase a whole bunch of money.
They gave Mixon money too.
They gave Mixon money. I'm not sure. Not to cut you off, guys.
No. You're right. Yeah. No. I love that. I love it when we engage like this. It's just like I'm gonna reiterate. We need a big time playmaker. We need a fucking big time playmaker. We need a couple of guys on the defensive end that's gonna hold us down. I mean, I know y'all like Adoree. I just don't like Adoree right now because he's an undersized cornerback and he's from the Gettleman era. Like Gettleman brought him in there. I feel like Daboll has to bring his people in here, to be playmakers on his style, because we just need a lot. We just need a lot, man. Like, Tommy, as much as I jumped on the Tommy train, he came back down to earth. He got humble. He got sacked 7 times. You know what I mean? He didn't throw no touchdowns. He didn't throw no entos, thank God. But
yeah, but your job is to get it in the end zone. I hate when niggas do that shit. Not you per se, but they go, yeah, he didn't throw any interceptions. Well, he didn't get it in the fucking end zone either. You know what I mean? I had to argue with my boy at work and shit.
I just look at it when a guy doesn't throw no intos, I'd be like, okay, he didn't throw no fucking touch. He didn't get in the intel, but at least he didn't make no bonehead throws. Like, that's the way I look at it. He didn't make no
That's
fucking.
Where we're at though.
Yeah, exactly.
We're so scared that as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. But yeah, I catch it. I catch your drift. You know what I'm saying?
And then Barkley had a bad game. He only had 14 yards, 9 rushes, 14 yards. You're not going to do much if you're one of your top offensive guys is not getting the ball. And now we're rolling into Philly. Like what Philadelphia are we going to get? Coming off a loss to who they lost to? The Seahawks? Who they lost to? Yeah. To the Seahawks? Like
Seahawks in the last couple of seconds. Yeah.
Who knows what type of Philly team we going to get now? So it's like I feel like these next couple of games, these 2 games against Philly and that one against the Rams, this is really going to tell us like what the Giants are going to need. Like we've been saying it for a whole year. I'm going to cut it off real quick. We've been saying it the whole year what the Giants need, but these 2 games is going to see how the season is going to go into next year, like where are we heading into next year? Because we got a little, I won't say quarterback controversy, but we got a little quarterback dilemma. I know y'all say Tommy's a 2-3 guy. You know what I mean? I still put him as a 2, maybe a 1, possibly. That's just me. I know. Wow. I'm jumping out the window for Tommy. He won me over.
I think Tommy's a 1. Okay.
He could be a 1. He could be a 1. I'm just, he just looks like a steal to me. He just looks like in a better situation, he'll do better.
He looks like a Brock Purdy to you?
I won't say Brock. Brock is just special, you know what I mean? But
Brock is Purdy.
Exactly. Brock is Purdy.
I don't know that.
Brock, you Purdy.
If that homie looked like a steal to you, then motherfuckers robbed him last week because the homie didn't do shit.
I mean, he is the best quarterback right now in the New York tri-state area. You know what I mean? So
he's the only one.
Hard, though.
I give him that.
Not very hard to do.
I know. You know what I mean? Like literally, how many quarterback changes we had between both teams this year? It's like ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
that's not. I'm not going to address the judge.
Shit,
yeah, that's like a show of a bunch of people who can't sing. Yeah. Like who's he going up against? He's going up against an aging, hurt Tyrod, a Dare Jones that can't even play for the rest of the season. He's going against a horrible Zach Wilson and an injured Aaron Rodgers. He's like the only dude who could probably walk onto the fucking
and Tim Boyle. Like Jesus Jesus Christ.
Tim Boyle's gone though, right? Is Tim Boyle gone?
They dropped him already? Jesus, I didn't even
I
know
don't
that.
think Tim Boyle. I think he's out, right? Did he?
Nah, they didn't.
They
I
dropped
think
him?
I thought they did.
I thought
Well,
I think they got rid of Tim Boyle.
But
Well,
I think the main thing we do need, man, and I think we need to start it off with a wide receiver,
Yeah.
man.
Tim Boyle's gone, and Brett Ripon is the third string. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, Q.
I definitely think we need to start it off. We need to sign a big wide receiver. You know, obviously drafting these wide receivers isn't working. Hopefully Hyatt works out, but everybody else under him, they're just, you know, like I don't want to call them trash, but they're not it. They're not what we need right now, you know, because we need some superstar shit, because obviously we only have 2-3 seconds to throw the ball. Somebody got to get open and quick. Because you know what, the Giants got sacked 76 times. DeVito has already gotten sacked 35, bro. That's crazy. He almost has half of the Giant sacks, and he's only played 5 games.
Yo, bro, that is insane. Yo, you mentioned something right now. Not to jump over you right now, but you mentioned something. How and both of y'all mentioned something that I just want to bring up, like the draft. Like if we get a good position, we could probably get a good wide receiver in the draft. I've been hearing a lot of name dropping. And I've been hearing a lot of Marvin Harrison Jr. in the draft that he could fall to the Giants. If he's anything like his pops, sign me the fuck
He's
up.
Nice. No, he's nice. He's nice.
Sign me the fuck up. Nice. I can't lie. I fell off of college football for the last decade or so. I'm not on it like I used to be. Only like, you know, the big name guys. If they keep on like bringing them up on TV, I pay attention to them. But I've been hearing a lot about Marvin Jr., man. If we could get our hands on him, we pair him with Hyatt. That would be a pretty decent tandem. And if we would get like a Higgins, oh boy.
Yeah, but see, like and this is the topic. Like we could draft one of those good wide receivers, but at this point, we're like 10th in overall. I'm looking at the mock drafts right now, and all those players are getting captured before we even. I think we're like 10th place, and all the mock drafts they're gonna pick him. They're gonna pick him up. They're gonna pick up Caleb Williams, Jake May. I think right now our mock drafts has the Giants drafted another offensive tackle.
Oh,
you know, so we need to get like a T Higgins, and we need to find a way to get T Higgins and somehow pay Barkley, because we need a tandem. Because next year we're gonna have the same issue with the quarterback. We're gonna have a Daniel Jones that is scared to throw the ball down the fucking field, you know. So we need to have some type of wide receiver that can give separation. And I think it's just because he's just scared, because there's times where there is people open. It's just like for him, he has to feel that comfortability where that wide receiver has that 20-yard break. Like sometimes you just got to trust your arm and be able to put it into the right spot. I don't know what happened this year, but obviously our offensive line sucks. The Jets offensive line sucks. We're the 2 worst offensive lines with the most tackles or sacks on the quarterbacks.
That is insane, bro.
But we need a high volume of type of offense, because our defense is decent, but it goes to show you that look what the Saints exposed us. We have a maybe average or below average quarterback right now, even though he's a rookie. So no, you know, I'm not putting no shame in his name. But you know, when Saquon ain't doing nothing and we have no wide receiver to throw the ball to, where the hell the offense is going to come from? Because Paris Campbell is another Kenny Galladay. He's another Golden Tate. Like we just get these wide receivers and we don't do nothing with them.
Yeah, man.
They're a fucking pretty name on a paper, but it's just nothing. It's just like they're just there just to sit on the bench and be like, oh shit, well, you know, I'm a Giant.
That man is on a milk carton right now. He's on a milk carton right now for the Giants, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
They need too much. They need like the first 5 draft picks. The fucking Giants, man. Like,
right now, looking at their draft order, they sitting at 6. So we could probably steal something at 6. We could probably get something good at 6.
We're 6 wise.
We're 6 in the draft order.
Are you sure? Are you sure we're 6 right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Is Carolina?
There's no way we're taking a wide receiver at 6. Like you don't draft receivers at high. There's a lot of good wide receivers in the draft. So you know you dress that in maybe around, you know what I'm saying?
Well, but they have Harrison going like I think 2nd. I think they say he's going to like is it not the Panthers? I think they said he's going to the Bears.
What's the other kid I sent you that catch he did where he jumped over the guy? You remember that dude?
Damn, I forgot his name. Yeah. Just
what was that kid's name, man? That kid. Oh, I'm trying to find his name.
Right now, at 5 and 9, the Giants sit with the 6 pick, and they said that they're saying out there that the team needs a quarterback, a offensive guard, a center, a cornerback, a defensive tackle, an edge, a wide receiver, and a running back. Our notable free agents is Adoree, Saquon, Paris Campbell, and Isaiah Simmons. So that's where we are right now with the Giants. So I don't. Those are the things they need to address, and the free agents. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. They brought in that kid Paris Campbell from the Colts, right? He from the Colts, and he didn't do nothing this year. I thought he was gonna do some spectacular stuff. He didn't do shit.
I thought he was a big Pierre Garcon type of possession guy, moved the chains, big strong guy. I didn't expect him to be like
yeah, he came out
like
to
a real
be
burner, the dude that's gonna take the top off. But he even didn't even play his role that I thought they got him for. So yeah, they got to address that wide receiver position, man. My fingers crossed for T. Higgins. We'll address also some wide receivers in the draft. I think Jalen Hyatt is going to wind up being. Well, I just think he needs a quarterback. But let me ask you guys this, man. This is a question. This is what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? Because let's say you draft a quarterback. Because I do believe we're going to draft a quarterback this year. I can't see us going back into battle with these QBs we have right now. I mean, Daniel Jones, unless he has just like a awesome breakout year. Daniel Jones is a flawed QB, man. Like, he doesn't throw the ball downfield. Even when you got Tommy DeVito in there, right? You see a difference, man. Tommy will take shots downfield.
Yes.
He's constantly looking downfield. Daniel Jones doesn't even look downfield, bro.
He
now the defense schemes for the short yardage, for the short yardage plays, for the curl routes, for the comeback routes, for the little slant routes, the little dig routes,
curls,
shit to the flats, screens. Middle of the field shit. So now, like, the defense schemes for that. There's no one to take. There's no one to take the top off the defense. But you see the connection, other than Jalen Hyatt. But even with Tommy DeVito, you see the connection with them. He'll take a shot down the field, and it's worked. You know what I'm saying? They've ripped off some big chunks of yardage, man. So I think they need a guy who's gonna come in here and be able to gun this shit down the field. I think Jalen Hyatt is good. We talked about receivers. T. Higgins will be great, but like I said, what comes first? Because I digress for a second. But what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do you draft the QB and develop him with a subpar offensive line, right?
That's gonna be difficult.
Or do you go for the offensive tackle first and then stick it out with the QBs you have? Because we've seen quarterbacks get high top prospects come into NFL teams behind bad offensive lines and just fucking fizzle out. Like, even in our own town, Sam Darnold, he was highly touted. He was in the draft with Baker Mayfield and them, right? Everyone thought Sam Darnold was going to be the shit till we started seeing ghosts in New England because of a bad offensive line, right? Same thing, with Zach Wilson, so to speak. Zach is a little bit more flawed than we thought. I think he holds on to the ball. I think he makes a lot of mental mistakes.
Yes,
but still, he has the good tools. Was he shell shocked from bad offensive line play? We don't know. So, like, if we do get off, but then you have situations where teams have not such great offensive lines, and a quarterback will come in and ball, even with Danny DeVito, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? The ball moves a little bit different. He doesn't Tommy DeVito. He doesn't take as much sacks. Pause. You know
they do that. They do that same mistake on ESPN. I heard RJ3 call him.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. He doesn't take as many sacks. So, what comes first, the chicken and the egg? What would you guys do? QB, or if you gun to your head, QB or offensive lineman? First pick.
QB. Gun to my head, QB.
Q, you?
Yeah, I'll go QB, and I think we need to sign a wide receiver right now. I think it's pointless right now to draft another wide receiver because then, I think it's going to put a halt on Jalen Hyatt's progression. And then, if we drafting a quarterback, at least we can have him play behind somebody like Daniel Jones and have him mentor up so that by the point that all these guys that we drafted are at the stage of where their height is, because, you put a quarterback in here right now and we get rid of Daniel Jones, you put a quarterback behind that line, that's gonna put a halt in his progression as well. You get fucked up every week. We're never gonna be able to see what's gonna happen. He's gonna turn into that Sam Darnold, and that's exactly what we don't want to have. We want that guy to come 3 years after or 2 years. Like, if we draft a quarterback, hopefully we can get Daniel Jones one more year, and then that quarterback could come in his second year, and then know the schemes, know the playbook. He knows what we got to do. We have Jalen Hyatt hopefully excel into another. We have a decent running back. We have a a true number one wide receiver,
Yes.
already, seasoned and knows what to do, shut shit down, I think that's gonna put us in a better spot than where we're at right now.
Yeah, I agree 100%, man. That was a great take. I agree 100%.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah, good take, man. We're gonna talk about the Jets, and we're gonna put these dudes to bed. Pause for the rest of the season, man. And we'll talk more in the off season. We'll get more into like specific things they need to do draft wise, what they think they're gonna do. We're gonna follow the draft. We're gonna give you all that good information.
Word up,
But
word up.
I just find it to be pointless now to really talk anymore about the Jets. So we'll probably transition into probably more just overall NFL talk these next couple of weeks while the season is still going because playoff time is around the corner.